Hola amigos, ¿cómo están? I'm Diamond86 and welcome to a brand new season, brand new series here on this channel where we're going to be talking all things Chivas during the Apertura. And yeah, obviously game one was a few days ago now. Obviously I've had work so I haven't been able to do a video until now. But yeah, we played Club Leon in at their stadium away from home for game one, which is always going to be a difficult task for Chivas. Obviously, going away for the first game of the season is never ideal. But yeah, we did really well. It was a tough game. Get straight into it. Obviously, we did win 2-1. The first thing I really want to say is how good a game it was. Both teams were attacking. Both teams wanted to win this game. It was clear that neither team was going to sit back and defend and be negative. So in that respect, it was a really good game. I think it was probably a really good game for the neutrals and the commentators maybe. Obviously Briseño, who had Pollo Briseño getting the first goal of the season, but it was a really good goal. Obviously, it kind of worked this way, got a bit of a deflection, and obviously he was able to slot it home, which is good. Pretty sure it came off of a corner originally, so yeah, it was really good to see him score. I love Briseño, I love his passion. He clearly loves the club and loves the fans, and it was really nice to see him get a goal. And then obviously they equalised because they troubled us quite a lot in this game. Obviously, I want to put it out there that I didn't see the game live. I was asleep at the time. I did a full week of nights and I really couldn't get up at 10 a.m. to watch it. But I have seen the highlights. I've seen loads of highlights, loads of YouTube fan accounts about the game and things, so I kind of got a really good idea of what the game was like, and I felt like Club Leon basically troubled us quite a lot. They arguably could have been a fair result for a draw, but Watcher did really well. They hit the post a couple of times. We hit the post as well. Podrick's man, for example, um, should have scored really to the ball around the keeper in the second half and should have slotted it in, but it hit the post. Um, but all in all, it was a really good game. I think it was really attacking. It was a really good game to start the season off, and it was a really good sign from Chivas, especially just how much fire we have in our bellies right now. We haven't let the final, the gear final previously hasn't let us down. We haven't been knocked with confidence via that. If anything, I think the team looks more fired up now since that loss. So this could be an interesting season. Before we go into that, I just want to talk about the youngsters, man. We had three debutants. Two of them had a really big impact on the game. Brigadou. Let me know if I'm pronouncing that right. I can't really get my head around that one. What a player. I mean, what a couple of passes. I think he's 20. I think he's 20 or 21. Um, did at least two really good long range cross field passes. One of them was for the Pocho chance that I just talked about, where he knocked the ball around the goalkeeper, and it would have been a really good goal, but obviously he hit the post, unfortunately. But the second one he did to Pocho again, who was then able to slot it off to the second debutant I want to talk about, which is Jonathan Oyale Padilla. 17 years old, bro. Takes the ball and then just slots it right past Cota. Cota is not an easy goalkeeper to score against. It was really, really well taken. And we slot it. I mean, at the time, it looked like it was a bit of a fluke and then maybe Cota had messed up, but it wasn't. It was just really pinpoint slotted right in the only gap because it was quite wide and the angle was quite acute. So he got it right where he wanted it to, and it's clear from the replays that was the case. And this kid's 17 years old. I mean, obviously, I think the three debutants we had was only because we had no Alvarado, we had no Vega. Obviously, there's no JJ Macias still. Marion got his debut, which is cool. He didn't really too much, but it's a debut. And, he might have to grow into the team a bit. So I'm thinking, maybe because Vega and Alvarado are not there, that they got the chance. But I mean, like I've been saying for a good 6 months now that we have a good youth system, and we need to not only buy players, but we also need to bring players from in our own youth system. I mean, we've seen with Tapatio last season; they won their league. We've just seen Mexico under 23s win the Gold Cup for the Central American Cup, I think it was. Um, yeah, they were all under 23s. I think there was four of them, including the goalkeeper. So Chivas have for the first time in a long time. Chivas have a really really good, really strong youth system, under 23s and below. So we do need to start bringing these players in. Puente is another one. Garcia, the goalkeeper, is another one. There's a whole bunch of players now that we can bring in. We start giving these chances to, and they can pay off. I mean, we watched a 17-year-old score in like 5 to 10 minutes of his debut for Chivas senior team, and that is the essence of Chivas. It's not doing the Monterrey route where we buy the biggest players and biggest names. It's making our own players and making stars, and then hopefully win trophies with them, and then ship them off to Europe. Kind of the way America's been doing, but hopefully we can take that kind of concept and improve upon it. It's very easy to export players to Europe when you've won silverware, when they've won silverware for you, and then the club can go, okay, you've won us this we'll do this for you, that kind of thing. So yeah, really good. Really happy with Padilla. I hope they keep getting their chances. Maybe more limited when Vega and Alvarado come back. The transfer window is still open, so there is a chance that we could sell some players. I think we've just signed a player to Cruz Azul as well. So we are selling players. We are open to doing that, but hopefully we keep our core group here, and obviously we keep our youngsters with us as well. So like I said, it was brilliant. I tweeted out at the time because I wasn't able to watch the game, but as soon as I woke up and saw the score, saw the replays, I tweeted out, it's like, this is what the Chivas is. This is something special is happening at Chivas. I've been saying it for a good while now, a few months now, almost a year now. And the part of that specialness is incorporating the Tapatio. There's no point having Tapatio doing brilliantly, and there's no point having a really good under 18 team, under 20 team, if you're not going to incorporate the players that are doing well into the first team. And that's the entire point of having a youth system: is you make your own players, you bring them into the first team. And I said when Pauno got hired, I said like he's got experience playing with young, youth teams. He knows what a good youth player looks like, and he knows what kind of players are ready to make the jump into the senior team and what players aren't. And we saw that with Padilla. I mean, perfect substitution. 1-1 out away from home against a team that was attacking us as much as we were attacking them. It was a really open game. And he brings on a bunch of teenagers. Like, okay, obviously, Brigadoux is not a teenager now. He's like 20, I think he's 21. But Padilla's 17 years old, man. I mean, bringing him on in a game that arguably we needed a win, because obviously it's away from home. We want to do better away from home this season. But it's also against a top team. It's a team that's probably going to be in Ligia in the next Ligia. So it was a statement win from them. You could argue that Leon were a little bit unlucky. They had a couple of shots hit the post and stuff like that, but I think overall they can't be too disheartened. I mean, they played well. They know they played well, and they're gonna play against other teams in this season. They're gonna play really well and win a lot of games. So I still think Leon will get Ligia. I don't want to get too hyped up in this one game because it is the first game. It's only one game, but what a first game it was. I mean, Pauno's going to have a real hard time this season with the starting lineups, with who gets on the bench, with who he brings off the bench onto the pitch. Sorry, and that's a good headache. You want your coaches to have that kind of headache. You want him to go, okay, look, my team's doing brilliantly right now. Who do I take off and who do I bring on? And this game it worked out brilliantly. I mean, like I said, Brigadoux and Padilla had really good games, especially Brigadoux. I mean, he's got such a good pass in him. Like, it reminds me a little bit like Erdegaard or Ozil for Arsenal. Just massive long range passes. And if he can, if our other players can capitalise that, if Pocho had taken that chance and scored a goal, that could have arguably been arguably been the goal of the season in game one. I mean, I'm not trying to be biased and overstating with that. Like, that was such a really good pass, and it would have been a brilliant goal if Poch's touch hadn't been so heavy. He would have just slotted it into an open goal. It would have been an amazing goal. So at the moment, brilliant, all good. I want to see that. I want to see a bunch of our youngsters start featuring more. They deserve it. I mean, most of the Tabatia team deserves it, but I think I would say that there's probably two, maybe three, maybe five total players from that Tabatia team that could come into the Chivas senior team and do really well and elevate the team. I expect Padilla to get more chances. I expect Brigadoon to get more chances. Um, there's there's good news about Vega. His injury seems to be healing quite well. I still don't think he's going to be ready for game two. Obviously, Alvarado, I think he's still out with Mexico. I think they've got a game I think it's Sunday morning my time, Saturday night. So Alvarado's not going to be back. So you can argue that it's probably going to be the same team, starting 11, and probably the same bench as the Leon game next game. So hopefully those two players will get a bit more minutes. Just to get a real chance to see what they can do. Um, and yeah, we're still waiting to see whether we sign Polito. I mean, obviously Polito's heavily linked now. Cruz's all seem to have pulled out of the race for him, or he's probably turned them down. I'm not sure which. To be honest with you, it depends on who you read and who you listen to. But seems like Chivas is still in for him. There seems to be a decision whether we pay for him now, whether Kansas City want to sell him to get money, or whether they want to keep him for the next season and then we sign him for free because I think he's got a year left in his contract, so or less than a year in his contract now I think. So we could wait and see and sign him on a free. I mean, I don't mind either way. I'd rather have him in sooner rather than later, if I'm being brutally honest, because um, we need him. He's in brilliant form in the MLS right now. I think we could use that in essentially our title charge. I mean, I want to be in the top three for the entirety of this season. I don't want to lose any games really in the season. I do understand that we probably will lose two or three games, but I want us to really go for it this season. We made a statement last season, and people question whether it's just a fluke or whether other teams kind of fell away. I want us to prove that we belong in the top three of on this table, and I want us to prove that we're Ligia worthy as well. So, yeah, we'll take it as it is. I mean, I'll do a video if we sign any big players. Obviously, Gutierrez I think might be in for the next game. Um, Having said that, he's been training with the team now. He's with the group. He's met them all. So it's very likely he's going to start next game. Like I said, I really hope I see a midfield of Pocho, Beltran, and Guti. I think that's going to be quite a good midfield, quite interesting midfield. Um, but yeah, still worrying about our strikers. Really, our strikers still aren't really doing that well up front. So our defender, and I think Padilla playing as a midfielder, a winger. I'm not quite sure, but he's not an out striker. I don't think so. Yeah, we still need back up in the striking department. Marin, I think, needs time. He may score next game. I don't know, but yeah, we'll have to wait and see. But right now, I'm buzzing. I think this is going to be a really special season. It's going to be a really special season for me personally. I'll let you guys know that. Let you guys know when I can about that. But yeah, I'm really happy right now. Hopefully, we give the youngsters more chances. Hopefully, Podger steps up and gets a bit of a goal. I mean, he got an assist. He assisted, man. The other thing about the Padilla goal is we debuted a 17-year-old kid who scored on his debut within minutes, and our captain assisted him. I mean, you can't get more perfect than that, really. Unless the only thing perfect would have been if Podger scored the goal that Brigadoon would have assisted. That would have been perfect as well. But there's something really lovely about our captains, assisting a 17-year-old kid on his debut. I mean, you can't get more Chivas than that. So, yeah, I'm really buzzing. Let me know what you feel about the game. Let me know what you think about the Canteranos. Do you think they should Do you think they deserve more chances? I think they do, obviously, because they did really well last game. But do you think they will be a significant part of our season? Do you think it's just until Vega and Alvarado come back and then we'll go back to them? Let me know in the comments and we'll have a discussion about it. And yeah, unless we sign anyone, I will be back next week for the game 2. So take it easy, guys, and I'll see you guys very soon. Adios.